Guys, welcome to another CDL B-side, and I got my little commute here to work. So in Bucks County, if you guys watch my other videos, you would know that in Bucks County they're doing this thing called a roving crew. Let me turn down my heat there, but and so in Bucks County they're doing this thing called a roving crew, and basically that means that we're moving around from like one location to another. Like, so every week we're changing locations. So this week we're going to be up in Newtown working on projects in Newtown. The thing I want to talk to you guys about is that as it's getting warmer, there's going to be a lot more road construction going on, and with that there's going to be a lot of, like, when a person does road construction, they also have to control the traffic as well. So you're going to see what we call flaggers, which is probably what I'm going to be doing today. I'm probably going to be doing some flagging today. Can't really film flagging because, I mean, you're constantly got your head on a swivel. You're just looking around, making sure that nobody's about to hit you with a car, or that the car isn't running past your stop sign into the work zone. So I can't really film anything while I'm flagging. But, oh man, that road needs to be fixed. But yeah, but the thing is that when you're flagging, I mean, it's considered like one of the most dangerous jobs doing this road construction or just working for PennDOT, because you get a lot of people that are distracted, they're like on their cell phone, not looking up, not paying attention, and then sometimes you get people who, you know, just don't care, you know, whatever they're doing, wherever they're trying to go, that's the most important thing in the world. And so, yeah, they'll drive right past your stop sign, or they'll even hit you, and they won't stop. You know, if they think they can hit you and get away with it, they will do that, and they'll just keep on going. So it's considered one of the more dangerous jobs to do is flagging. I mean, when I first started working for PennDOT, the assistant manager, who's not a county manager, I mean, that's what he straight up told me. He said, yeah, it's a job that nobody wants to do, and it's probably one of the most dangerous jobs is flagging. Even though you're just standing there with, you know, a stop and slow paddle, one side says stop, the other side says slow, and you're not really, like, you know, you're not working around the machinery or anything like that. It's still a dangerous job because people are just so unpredictable. And like I said, a lot of times people are just distracted. I mean, I see that a lot. When I'm out flagging, I see a lot of people like on their cell phones, and they're just not really paying attention. I remember when I was flagging, I had my stop sign up, so I had like a row of cars stopped in front of me, and the guy in the first car, he was on his cell phone. I knew he was on his cell phone because he kept looking down, and then he would look up real quick, then he would look back down. You know, all the typical signs of someone on their cell phone. So I knew this person was on their cell phone, and I get a call over the radio saying, hey, you know, you can go to send your traffic. I'm like, okay. So I turn my sign over to slow, and I'm waiting for this guy to start driving past me, and he's not. He's got his face down, and he's looking at his cell phone, and I guess whatever he was doing on his cell phone was super important, because he never looked up. He just kept looking down, and I'm like sitting there waiting for him to go, and he just wouldn't go. So I got on the radio, and I told the guy at the other end, it looks like my traffic doesn't want to go. You can go ahead and send yours. And I turned my sign back to stop. So when this guy looks up, he didn't realize that he could have went. The cars behind this guy were beeping like crazy. And they were pretty mad. But, you know, I think one guy went past me, and I told him what happened. I told him, like, yeah, the guy was on his cell phone. He didn't want to go. So, but yeah, sometimes that happens though. I mean, you're sitting there, you gotta like yell at the person to tell them, like, hey, pay attention. And, you know, it shouldn't even have to be that way. I mean, when you're going in a work zone, or you're driving through a work zone, first of all, you're supposed to be going, I think you're supposed to be going like 10 miles less than the speed limit or something like that. I mean, you're supposed to be going like slow through a work zone. And you gotta pay attention, because there's a lot of guys moving in and out of the work zone. A lot of times when we're working on the road, we're working in a tight space. We don't have a whole lot of space to work because we got machinery and things like that. So I almost went out my lane there for a second there. I was about to make that turn. Anyway, so we're working in a tight space. We don't have a whole lot of space. Sometimes you're trying to maneuver around other guys. You're trying to maneuver around a machine. So somebody can very easily step out of the work zone, you know, very quickly. And that's the reason why you as a driver driving through the work zone, you have to go slow and also be paying attention, because a guy could step out in front of you. There's a lot of machines out there. There's trucks. And so somebody could like step out from behind the car, you know, and like sometimes you might drive through and you'll see somebody like poke their head out real quick because they're looking to see if there's traffic coming. But you got some people who will just step out there not thinking because they're tired, because we're in there, you know, working our behinds off. And yeah, I mean, if the person driving through isn't paying attention, that's a fatal accident. I mean, especially if they're going the right amount of speed, that's a fatal accident right there waiting to happen. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you saw one of my older videos where I talk about almost getting killed, that was a work zone where we were trying to handle a flooded road, and somebody went driving through that work zone at 100 miles per hour. And I mean, literally, it was 100 miles per hour. They've been zooming right on past. I mean, water kicked up in the air, leaves were blowing up in the air, and their car, like, it went past me, and that car had to be less than a foot away from me. Like, if I would have reached my hand out, I could have like slapped their mirror right off the car. Well, probably as fast as he was going, he probably would have broke my hand. But that's how close he was. That it was his arm's reach, and this car zoomed past me at 100 miles per hour, right past our work zone, and that was pretty scary because it was dark. Yeah, it was dark. The ground was wet. Could have easily have lost control of that car, and yeah, it could have been a whole mess. But yeah, that's what I got for today, guys. You know, keep an eye out when you're in work zones. You know, we're out there trying to fix the roads to keep you guys safe, and all we ask is that you guys, you know, drive safely and make sure that we're safe in the work zone by not driving like maniacs and paying attention. So that's what I got for today. Like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks.